So many supplies.
So we decided deodorant. We all need deodorant.
Yes.
Keep that body fresh.
Yes.
All
We
right.
should all bring the water, because we're going to need water.
To drink it up.
And to bathe ourselves.
Yeah, we can use it for bathing.
All right.
We're gonna need the knife
Yeah,
for cutting
definitely.
things.
All right.
We're going to need the rope. And we can use
Definitely
knife
the
to
rope.
cut the
Everyone
rope.
agree on the rope?
You
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
tie things with the rope.
All right. What about this guy?
We need a
A
companion.
little joy?
Need a
A little
Yes.
companion?
Yes.
Ship?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, I do know.
Yeah.
Let's bring that.
Okay. All right. What else have we got here? We got a bandana, some beer.
Skittles.
Should we bring this? Like, is it a need?
You gotta put the water in.
But
What do you think?
what do we think? What do we think?
No.
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 Okay. So
I think
no.
we need the Skittles.
Oh, a
Gotta
little
taste
snack.
the rainbow.
Gotta taste the rainbow. A little
Those are
snack.
sour apple.
Yeah. Now it's green apple, not sour apple. Pretty cool.
What's that?
All right. So
We need the beer. That's for
definitely
sure.
the beer
We
to
can
give us
each
that
have
little
one.
to keep us warm at night. We only have room for one more thing. I suggest we take the maxi pad because of us girls, Mother Nature
I agree.
comes
agree.
creeping up on us.
Or if we get a cut, we could soak up the blood with a cut. Doesn't have to be only female use. What do you think, Kevin?
Yes.
You
I
agree?
think that we should not bring the maxi pad.
What do you think?
What do you think we should bring in?
Oh, jeez. The apple
Why the
Why
apple?
for nutrients.
But we bleed every month. But we bleed every month. But we bleed. But we bleed. But we bleed every month.
Yeah, for like 7 days. This is not fair. There's 3 girls and 1 boy.
Only there's a way to decide.
I think we should use majority rule.
I think we should put it to a vote. All those in favor of using the pad?
Aye.
Aye. All those in favor of the apple?
Aye.
3 yes, 1 no. You lose.
Damn.
Bring in the pad.
Pad wins.
Listen, guys. I feel like I'm being outcasted from this group. And this majority rule that you've just sprung onto me, I don't understand it.
Well, Kevin, there are several different types of majority rule. And since you are the minority right now, I'll explain to you to further your education on majority rule.
Thank you.
Groups often use this different majority rules to give minority opinion more power on special issues, such as amending of bylaws. The several different types of majority rule vary. Simple majority is the most conventional rule. It's a proposal or candidate for an office requires 50% plus 1 to prevail. Plurality rule is one simply needs the most votes. For example, if Alora was high school prom queen, her election, she would get the most votes, she would win by plurality rule. Supermajority, this decision can be based on 3/5, 2/3, 3/4, and any other fraction greater than 1/2 and less than unanimity. Permanent minority is a subgroup that always loses from one vote to the next. An example of that would be any third-party candidate. And majority rule itself is a political principle providing that a majority, usually constituted by 50% plus 1 of an organized group, will have the power to make decisions binding upon the whole. And this is often a problem because there's never really unanimity.
Thanks, Shauna.
You guys are welcome for that tidbit of knowledge.
Do you feel educated now, Kevin?
Yes.
Thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome, Shauna. Do I hear you guys talking about majority rule?
Yeah.
Actually, we just were.
Can I tell you guys something about it?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, the significance of the issues that majority rule brings to the table is great.
Oh.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let's
When
hear
there
it.
is no log rolling, which is a political term for making exceptions for specific parties and sometimes prioritizing the whole group second, then one black and white rule or law is laid down. Any one rule cannot fully meet the needs and wants of all parties unless there is a unanimous desire, which almost never happens, right?
Right.
We just talked about that.
I'm sure. In both small-scale group settings and large-scale, often political scenarios, there will almost always be different members coming from different points of views with different needs. To satisfy one party is to harm the other. No one can fully win, and someone has to take one for the team. Because majority rule can only help so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
that's the thing, and I thought you guys should know.
Thanks,
That's
Appreciate
the
Thank you
it.
very
thing.
much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Goodbye.
Bye, Sam.
Bye.
Does anyone know the causes of majority rule?
I do.
Let's go, Kia.
Majority rule happens for a variety of reasons. Time is one of the most common reasons. In many groups, especially scholastic ones, majority rule seems to be the easiest and fastest decision-making tool. In these groups, oftentimes, students have other commitments, in other cases, and other groups that they are a part of. These commitments and time constraints can cause group members to agree with the majority just to get the task done. Majority rule voting is never fair, due to the fact that an individual, no matter their station, represents only one vote. Majority rule does not take into account the amount of knowledge or passion a single voter has. It is not unlikely that a member of the group who is passionate about the opposing idea will lose to the majority of the members who are neutral because of the time constraints and lack of ideas for alternatives.
I get that. So, are there any solutions to this?
Well, Kevin, there have been numerous attempts at solving the majority rule issue. Two more effective alternatives that have been tried in the past are supermajority and unanimity. Since majority rule only requires the highest amount of votes toward an answer, supermajority is an alternative because it requires not only the greatest vote tally, but over 50% of the group must agree. It is more effective because sometimes you know that most people are getting what they want, lessening the number of unsatisfied group members. Then there's unanimity, where all group members 100% agree, like in the movie 12 Angry Men. All members must communicate their ideas until a full board decision is made. The unanimity process may take a very extended amount of time or may not even be reached at all. That is why these alternatives cannot always be relied on, but are helpful when they are achievable.
So we could do creative solutions also.
Like what?
We could do rock, paper, scissors to decide.
Oh, okay.
You
Oh,
could've
like playing
brought-
games?
I could have eaten that apple instead of got stuck with a tampon.
Yeah, that's true.
Like games. We could draw straws or think of a number within one of our heads. Whoever comes closest can become the devil's advocate, and he can decide what he or she
Yeah.
wants to bring.
Okay.
That
That's
sounds
awesome,
great.
Kevin.
To further explain the differences in the alternatives to majority rule, take this graph for example. Let's say you have a scenario where there are 5 members of a group voting on which color t-shirts to buy for their group. You have one person in the group who votes for red, one person who votes for blue, 2 who vote for green, and 1 who votes for brown. Even though only 2 out of the 5, which is less than half of the group, votes for green, it has the most amount of votes. Therefore, according to majority rule, green would be the deciding color for t-shirts to buy. The alternative, supermajority, is different because you do not need only the greatest amount of votes in a category. You need at least 50% of the group to be on board. So let's say we have 1 vote for red, 1 vote for blue, and 3 votes for green. But none for brown. Green wins through supermajority because most of the group, 3 out of 5, voted for it. And then we have unanimity. in which all members must vote for the same thing. All members must vote for the same color t-shirt. That would mean 5 out of 5 would have to agree on any color. No votes can be in any other section.
So now do you understand why we did majority rule, Kevin?
I do, but I don't think it's fair. And I'm not going camping with you guys.
Oh, Kevin!
I really wanted Kevin to go.
Well, now he can eat his Skittles, and he wants. Oh.
He took the best part though.
I'm going with Kevin. Majority rule, go with Kevin.